Well, another day, another all-time high for BTC. Why? Why are we moving up? Is it Sailor? He just popped more. Man, you just cannot stop. Is it the new accounting rule that took place today? We're going to talk about that and what that means for adoption. Huge day for AI, for gaming, for Avalanche, for XRP as the RLUSD stablecoin is live. We're going to share some news on that. We're also going to take a look at what are some altcoins that we believe are about to pump as Bitcoin will start to consolidate. When? Who knows? But when it does, you're going to want to be in these altcoins. Let's talk about that and much, much more on today's episode of Sin City Crypto. Let's go.
Hola! It's your boy Big Rob back in the house. Welcome to Sin City Crypto, home of the entertaining, focused cryptocurrency content where, unlike other channels, we give you all the juicy details, all the alpha, and our favorite plays. And you know what? We just tell you how to make a lot of damn money.
But
pay attention. We're going to tell you how to make money. And we do it in a non-snooze fest kind of way. Other YouTube channels suck. I'm going to say it.
Wow.
Shots fired. If you produce crypto content on YouTube, you're below us.
Does that make you feel better about it?
Yeah. I got to talk a big game, bro. I got to talk a big game. Nah, there are some well-respected channels out there. But I will say that when it comes to quality, deliverables, entertaining, we do it in Vegas fashion, you know? Everything's glitz, glamour, over the top, super expensive, and, well, yeah. What else you need, man? You know what I'm saying? Like, what else you need? We're like the sphere, the Las Vegas sphere of crypto production, right?
I mean, we do have the LEDs.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, dude. Like, I mean,
You know, I reached out to Jimmy. I said, hey, Jimmy, saw your comment about our LED wall being a large screensaver. I was like, did you watch our Cardano and Casper video? So you'll start seeing more fun stuff with the LED wall soon. Actually, we're going to roll one out today for you guys. Super excited. So let's start. BTC is at an all-time high, 107,000 shitty US dollars for one Bitcoin, as it is up almost 4% on the 24-hour, up almost 10% on the week. Oh, I guess I should have refreshed my page. Never mind. We're at 106.4. 106.4 still new all-time highs. And so interesting. Let's take a look at the Bitcoin chart on the weekly. Actually, let's go to the daily. We're seeing an uptick in volume, which obviously, you know, is needed for a sustained move. But this was interesting. This was back on the 5th of December. We saw price get to that level we closed yesterday, and we saw a large liquidity grab to the downside. And in turn, we saw liquidations to the downside as well, which brought Bitcoin to 92K. And since then, we've kind of just been grinding up slowly, even going back to really the middle of November. It's just been a slow grind up. You see like 3, 4, 5% pops to the upside, a little retracement where we don't put in a lower low. We put in a higher low. And then grind sideways, and then a big move, and then grind a little bit lower, grind side up. And then so is this the new Bitcoin price action where we don't see those 30, 40% moves? We see more of those 5 to 8% moves and a little bit of consolidation for a few days and then grind higher. I don't know. What are your thoughts here, Rob? And what are your thoughts on Bitcoin hitting almost $108,000?
my first thing I think of is, why aren't you more excited, man? Why aren't you just as cheesy smiled as I am, man? I'm telling you, man. Yeah.
Bitcoin.
What a glorious day, man. You know what? I woke up this morning.
No way.
One too many coffees, but I woke up this morning and
It's gonna be one of those days.
Man, oh man, I was so happy. Like, this is what we've been waiting for. You know what? We've been talking about it since 2021. We said, hey, eventually Bitcoin's gonna get to 20. You know, eventually, if it's gonna get to $100,000, $150,000 is gonna be the top for Bitcoin in 2021. Everyone was talking about it. And it's here. It's finally here, man. And you know what? There's so much money about to be made. And if you fuck this up, man, I God help you, because it's so easy to make money right now. And you know what? You could pretty much just buy Bitcoin and DCA and straight be a G and just make a ton of money. Or, I mean, you could be an absolute wizard here and become a multi-millionaire if you play your cards right. There's tons of money out here. These projects are exploding left and right. Altcoin season hasn't even kicked off yet. I mean, it just started. It just kind of started with a few major altcoins and a couple little small alts, virtual protocol, something we've been calling out for the last couple months. And, well, in the top 50 now. And you know what? We've given you winner after winner after winner. We've been talking about Cardano until I've been talking about so much Cardano, all bear market, right? From the 20 cents to the 30 cents to the 40 cents. I'm like, guys, what are y'all doing? I don't know how many thumbnails I did, like last chance to buy Cardano under 40 cents. And then lo and behold, in the comment section, there are the haters. LOL. Last chance to buy under 40 cents. LOL. This aged well. They comment came 2 weeks after the video came out. I'm like, hey, pay attention. We're giving you the winners. And you know what? This is straight validation, man. This is straight validation. You know what? I'll go to the Thanksgiving dinner. My dad's all like, hey, you gonna buy me some Bitcoin? Give you some cash. I'm like, Dad, where were you last year? Last Thanksgiving, it was at 50 grand. And I'm like, hey, will you pull the trigger on this? Well, what? I like to buy real things. And I'm just like, for sure. Now, all of a sudden, it becomes real at 100K, right? And so anyways, the theory has been validated. Everything is confirmed here. The one thing that hasn't been confirmed is the top of the altcoin market or the top of the Bitcoin market. And you know where we're at? We're in the early stages and we're about to make a lot of damn money. Pay attention. Start making your moves now. If you miss out on this, you're going to miss out on a lot of money, man. As simple as that. You can keep the snooze fest strategy. You can put your money away, DCA into Cardano and Bitcoin. Great. Awesome. You're going to make money. You're going to do well. Smart strategy. Smarter strategy if you want to be a multimillionaire, if you want to crush it this bull market, is to pay attention, pick up the alts before they move, get position, and catch 10Xs, bro. The 10Xs are out there, catch them.
I had a 10X on my virtual bag. That's pretty dope. I show my son. I was like, hey, Liam, you want to look at our portfolio? And he looks at it. He's like, what's up with all this red? I'm like, son, this is the market speaking. We got to buy more. He's like, we do have to buy more, but you said we don't have any more money. I was like, we got enough for buying more crypto. Anyways, let's talk about this. Michael Saylor is sailing away with all the Bitcoin, apparently. Another 15,000 Bitcoin, valued at $1.5 billion. And their average buy was 100.3K. And achieved a Bitcoin yield of 46.4% quarter to date, 72.4% year to date. And as of yesterday, they hold 439,000 Bitcoin that they acquired at an average price of $61,725.
You know, what would you expect me to say for this situation?
Yeah, it's good.
Right? Now, it's actually not where I'm
different.
Going with this. Yeah. So this is what I'm thinking.
Can't wait where you're going. Yeah.
You know what this gives me the vibes of?
What?
And I hope I'm wrong, and I'm pretty sure that I have there's probably no logical thinking here. I'm just going off of my latest burn, right? And when I say latest burn, it's actually a few years ago.
Burning when you pee? Or?
No, not burning when I pee. Okay. That was a long time ago. But anyways, so I think of Terra Luna, man. Everyone talked about how great Terra Luna was, how they were going to change the world, how much money was going in there, how the Terra Luna and the Luna token was.
Are you saying MicroStrategy's?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not. Well, I kind of am actually. But what I'm saying is that the amount of money that they're spending on Bitcoin, I'm just curious that with debt that they're taking on to buy Bitcoin, I know there's a strategy, and it's way beyond my level of expertise. I don't have any insight in traditional finance as far as the corporate world, how stocks and how companies are supposed to operate as a publicly traded company with stocks and dividends and, shareholder. I don't know the intricacies of that. What I do know is that they're leveraging a lot of debt to buy Bitcoin. Am I right? And I know Michael Saylor says he's borrowing money at next to zero, if not zero.
But I think the important thing, Rob, don't miss is this is unsecured debt.
I like I said, I don't know the nuances of it, but what I'm saying is that everyone last bull market blindly just said Terra Luna is the greatest thing ever. This algorithmic stable coin, it makes so much sense. And nobody really pushed against the idea, right? And then when it all came unraveled and the bull market collapsed and Terra Luna,
they were caught with their pants down.
Yeah. I mean, don't you agree that there has to be some kind of potential for
you know
risk?
What's funny? I, in passing, have brought this up months ago, and
you've brought it up as a concern that they hold such a large amount, that they're the largest wallet behind Satoshi.
So what's your concern? That they hold a large amount and they're
it's not about what from what you said. Is it a concern on the markets, on that someone holds that much? My concern is, what happens if the price dramatically drops by 70, 80%, like we've had in bull markets of past? And what does that mean for MicroStrategy, for their stock and their position with debt? And, can they weather that storm, or is there some kind of potential there for a explosion or unraveling or a forced selling? I don't know, man. I'm just a little, let's see here. I got something here. Let me pull up give me 1 second. Okay, here, take a look at this tweet as an example. So you have here, so this is from Zach. He says, is anyone else becoming deeply uncomfortable with MicroStrategy's debt-based acquisition of massive amounts of BTC? Maybe it's just the bear market PTSD talking. So, I mean, I kind of share the same. And this isn't, I didn't read this tweet and then immediately just say like, hey, I'm going to adopt his thinking. It's been something that's been on my head here. So here you have, and this is for the MicroStrategy reflective flywheel effect. So MicroStrategy issues debt to buy BTC. In turn, BTC and MicroStrategy's market cap both increase, right? You agree, as he keeps buying Bitcoin, the market cap of Bitcoin is going to go up, right? Obviously, you're injecting capital into that market. And then in turn, also MicroStrategy goes up, and then MicroStrategy's market cap increases, the weight of the indices increases. MicroStrategy's issues equity to buy BTC. And then you also have BTC increases, MicroStrategy increases, indices increase. And so they issue more equity and buy more Bitcoin and repeat. And then, he put up a very interesting statement here at the bottom. He said, but I can't help but to think what this flywheel looks like in reverse.
I think there's two key things here. One is the debt is unsecured. So he does not, as far as I know, the amount of money he's raised as debt, he hasn't had to put up any collateral like Bitcoin. Okay, so that's one. Two, I'm pretty sure his liquidation points are very low. Lows that we both believe that it would Bitcoin. Like, we don't ever think Bitcoin's going to get to 20K again, right, Robin?
20K? No,
yeah.
No,
Okay.
Absolutely not.
There you go. So if I told you every single one of his leverage or his liquidation positions are 20K or below, would you feel more confident?
No, I mean, I feel confident in it. I just would like to. I would like to encourage a thought that, hey, maybe this, just an outside perspective. In the same way that, like, if all of a sudden, like, let's give you an example. If I met a girl and all of a sudden I'm 3 weeks in and we're talking about getting married, right? And I'm like, yo, she's the greatest thing ever. Like, this is, like, whatever. Like,
you know what? Do that?
I've done it before and it didn't work out very well. But anyways, so what I'm saying is that, I meet a girl 3 weeks later. I'm like, moving off to another state. She's moving into my house, baby's on the way, we're getting married, we're engaged, whatever it is, you as a friend, you'd be like, hey, I'm happy for you, but I'm a little nervous. It's a big move, man. A lot is going on, man. There's a lot changing. And that's how I feel about MicroStrategy. I love MicroStrategy. I like Michael Saylor. But goddamn, man, y'all buying a lot of Bitcoin with a lot of debt. And I've seen this play out before, just like I've seen some homies rush into relationships and get burned. All I'm saying is that I'm a little nervous, and I hold faith. I know MicroStrategy is a solid company. They also did have an epic collapse back. I think it was like 2008 or 2010. I'm not exactly sure.
Bitcoin resurrected their company.
Yeah, well, no. They got sued by the SEC, and they had, when was it?
If you go to their all-time chart, it looks like a meme coin rug.
No, I know that, but there was something happened way back in the day. A lot of controversy with MicroStrategy. They almost went out of business, and they had this big, like, it was like right around the .com boom. I'll have to look it up, but basically they don't have a flawless record, right? They had a big issue at early stage of their company's development, and a lot of their investors got burned. Right?
Look, I brought this up, the fact that they're controlling so much. There could be any sort of risk. There could be a risk that their seed phrases get leaked. There could be a risk that Saylor dies and the new person is super anti-Bitcoin and they start selling off. There could be a risk of what you just showed. I think it's important to at least have that conversation. Now, I think with the way he's gone about it, I think he's protected himself to the best of his abilities with the unsecured debt, with the liquidation points under amounts that everyone in this chat too, like, you know what? I'm curious. Do you think Bitcoin will ever get under 20,000 again? Put a 1 for yes, put a 2 for no. Will Bitcoin get under 20,000 again? 1 for yes, 2 for no. I'm a 2. You're a 2. Chase is a 2. Everyone's a 2. And I'm curious to see what the chat thinks. But so at that point, like, the only risk you're going to look at is outside of what is intrinsically happening with their balance sheet and with what they're doing. I still don't like the fact that, I mean, that's a lot of Bitcoin with one company. And of course, it's a free market. So you can't really sit here and say, hey, you can't buy more Bitcoin. No, that's the whole thing, is it's a free market. And so it's just interesting. What else is interesting is this video. Everyone's a 2, man. Like, yeah, it ain't going under 20K, dude. Now, the other things I mentioned, Saylor going away, or what was the other thing I said?
Not sure.
Yeah. Oh, the seed phrase. Well, let's say they lose access to their funds.
I'm sure they disperse.
Yeah. No, I know. I agree. Like, and I'm not saying that they don't. I'm not saying they're going to get hacked, but I'm just saying, like, you can't ever write anything off as there's no chance in hell.
There are some ones in the chat. Ethan, Anthony, TLer, Ground Squirrel. This guy's name.
You guys really think Bitcoin will get down to 20K again?
I mean, anything is possible. I mean, we were there a year and a half ago.
Hold on.
Now, I think the percentages are extremely low.
Do you remember?
I'd put it honestly, like, okay, here's an example. Like when the COVID crash happened, nobody thought that Bitcoin was going to get under. It got down to $3,000, and nobody at that point in time thought it was going to go from, I think it was like $9,000 down as much as it did. And I mean, anything's possible. I mean, I don't know. I still think anything's possible. Now, how much weight do I put behind it? Do I think it's more than 5%? No. But I do think there is a certain percentage, maybe it's 2% chance, 3% chance that we do get under 20K. But I just think that a lot of external factors would have to be in play, right? And maybe it has something to do with quantum computing. Maybe it has something to do with perhaps an upgrade to the Bitcoin network that creates some kind of hazardous issue. Maybe it bogs down the network. Transaction fees go insanely through the roof. I don't know. Maybe there's some kind of downtime.
Of course, anything can happen.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, is that I can't write it off as an impossibility.
You shouldn't write it off.
Yeah. And so there's a percentage
probability.
But where do I think it's going to, is it going to happen? No.
Probabilities say it's
ain't gonna happen now.
All right, I want to share this video from Jack Mallers. And, you know, he was on Timcast, and he talked about the Bitcoin reserve with Trump. A lot of people are saying this guy spilled beans he wasn't supposed to spill. Let's take a listen and what Jack Mallers had to say. This was interesting. Have you seen this, by the way, Rob?
No.
Okay, you got to watch.
Gold, and you're going to build a Bitcoin position with that. And it's 1 million Bitcoin is the target. I also know Trump is looking at a day one executive order. There's you know, like
sorry. Day one executive order for a Bitcoin reserve for the United States?
Yeah, but so I know that there's people looking.
I'm sorry, but look at his facial expressions and look at him as soon as he said it, starts to kind of backtrack. Just watch that again. I think this guy just spilled beans he wasn't supposed to spill. I think he shared some info he wasn't supposed to. Well, look at this.
Looking at a day one executive order. There's you know, like
sorry. Day one executive order for a Bitcoin reserve for the United States?
Yeah, but so I know that there's people looking at the Dollar Stabilization Act is it gives the president wide discrepancy to protect the dollar, and there's potential to use a day one executive order to purchase Bitcoin. It wouldn't be at the size and scale of 1 million coins, but it would be a significant position, and it'd be a message that the United States, listen, here's what I think isn't talked about enough about the strategic gold, and you're going to build a Bitcoin position with that.
Yeah, I mean,
What do you think?
I think he's making a bold take that he doesn't have information on, and now I think that he's all like, "Oh crap, you're calling me out on this," and
Nah,
it's just the theory or
Rob,
hunch.
I think he knows something, dude. I think Jack Mallers knows something. I mean, the guy's plugged in.
I mean, he is.
The guy's plugged in, and someone said, "Who is he?" He's the CEO of Strike.
Yeah.
So,
CEO Strike. Also, he is close with Saylor. I know he's shared the stage many times with him. Been at many different conventions with Saylor. So he definitely rubs elbows with a lot of people that are in the Trump team. I mean, David Bailey and Jack Mallers are pretty close as well. David Bailey is someone that is like very close to Trump. Some say he's the one that wrote his speech for him at the Bitcoin conference. And so if David Bailey wrote the speech at Bitcoin conference for Trump, and also Jack Mallers is close to David Bailey, you can draw the conclusions there. But I think I wouldn't put too much behind it. I don't know if a day one executive order, the way I look at it is that Trump is going to come in with a host of executive orders day one. I just don't know if crypto's on the day one.
he literally said, "I'm going to be watching the price of Bitcoin." I'm kind of kidding, of course.
Yeah.
This is funny he said that. All right. I want to give a big thank you. We are so excited. We partnered up with a new company, a new up-and-coming company. They're a play in the DePIN space, and it is called Pulse. If you've never heard of it, Pulse is a wearable, kind of like a Fitbit. But here's the thing. The founder worked in data. He used to buy and sell data, people's information, right? So what people don't know is your information gets sold, your health information, your when you go on Google, and people make money on it. What Pulse is going to allow you to do is earn rewards in 3 different ways by wearing it. Not only does it track your health, it tracks your calories, it tracks what you eat, it tracks your sleep, it tracks your steps. It's like Fitbit on steroids. And you can earn rewards in 3 different ways. You can also have these companies that want your health data to come to you and say, "Hey, look, we'll pay you X amount of money for 3 months of your sleeping data, or 3 months of your eating habits."
Or sleeping data doesn't exist, bro.
Yeah.
Literally 4-hour nap, and then I call that sleep. Then I'm back at it again, baby.
Seriously though, man, we are so excited about this project. They partnered with Pump.Science. We'll talk about that more. We're going to bring the founder on the show, and we're going to do some really cool things with Pulse. So we're excited to have him on as a channel partner. There is a link in the description. They're in wave 6 of their pre-orders. Go order yours now. It's going to be amazing. Again, 3 different ways you can earn rewards. We'll dive into that a little deeper when we bring on Nick, the founder of the show. So that link is in the description of the video. So big thank you to Pulse. And we're excited once this product comes out, man. This is going to be absolutely amazing. You can mine it from your actual device. It's going to be awesome. So big shout out to Pulse. Thank you for sponsoring today's show. All right, let's talk about some big altcoin news. Our friends over at Ripple, their RLUSD is officially going live tomorrow. It'll be available on Uphold, MoonPay, Arcax, Coin MINA, with additional listings on platforms such as Bitso, Bullish, Bitstamp, and others in the coming weeks.
That's it, bro.
What's it?
I'm buying $1,000 worth of it.
RLUSD?
Yeah.
Wow.
There it is.
Returns on that must be sick, dude. Must be sick. So early next year, Ripple Payments will use RLUSD to facilitate global payments on behalf of its enterprise customers. They'll add 2 new members, Ripple will, to their advisory board: former governor of the Reserve Bank of India, Raghuram Rajan, and former first vice president and chief operating officer of the Federal Reserve Bank of Boston, Kenneth Montgomery. Rajan and Montgomery will join existing board members: former FDIC chair Sheila Bair, vice chairman of Partners Capital David Puth, and Ripple co-founder and executive chairman Chris Larson. And so this is big for Ripple. This is big for XRP. This is big for you, the XRP holder. We actually made a video covering this in its full entirety and what this means for the XRP token. I am going to put that link in the description of the, you know what, I'm going to post a link in the chat. Go watch it afterwards. It was a really good, it's one of our more popular videos. I think it's got what, 20K views? 20K views. Here we go. Let me go ahead and share this with you guys so you guys take a look. In this video, what I cover is, okay, RLUSD goes live. What is the benefit to the XRP token and you, the XRP community? So go watch that when the show is over. But huge feat. We know stablecoin markets are absolutely massive. They're like the most common sense use case for blockchain and crypto is payments. And XRP along with XLM are kind of at the very, very top of that. So we're super excited for Ripple and XRP. Then we have this piece of news from Avalanche. This is from Amin, the founder of AVAX. The latest upgrade to Avalanche makes it one of the fastest and most efficient platform. The fees have come down drastically. Note that all fees are burned in Avalanche and validated rewards are unaffected by this change. Their Avalanche now 9,000 testnet went live on the mainnet today. So their largest upgrade since their mainnet launch. So again, we did a video today that'll come out later talking about the effects of this new upgrade, what it means for Avalanche and what it means for gaming. And threw a little price prediction in there as well.
And then did want to give a little love to the chat as well. If you are new here,
you don't want to share your thoughts on it?
I will in a second. But if you're new here, say hello, say something, drop something in the chat. We'll give you a little love back at you. First of all, Adam Lyons, he said he's been following since 2022 and since he made his first Bitcoin purchase. So thanks a lot for taking this journey with us. But also to the new people, we got Mr. Blue, DCA, and Prey, 24X, HD Crypto, Luigi, Batista, RJ Loves Hockey, Anthony D, DGen, Flex the North, also Biz Knowledge, Rich and Mill, G&H, Caesar, Dan K, Sandro, to all of you, hola! Welcome to Sin City Crypto. Also, I noticed something new at the top of the chat there. It's a bullseye thing. We got a what is it? An incentive?
It's called a goal.
Chat? A goal, super chat goal. You were telling me about it.
It's new. I just wanted to try it out, but essentially you can put a goal of, hey, if we get X amount of super chats at minimum of X, then we'll do something. So
what are we doing?
Well, if we get, I think it's 5 of $10 or more, then
five $10 super chats
or more, we'll answer one question from the chat. But
one question from the chat?
Yeah, each. Could be any question. And you get to pick my question, I get to pick your question.
Okay.
Yeah. So something fun. I don't know. Figured I'd use it on YouTube.
Okay. If it doesn't hit today, we'll run it again tomorrow.
Yeah, and I'm sure we'll come up with some, or you'll come up with some really cool
come up
ideas,
with a better
right?
goal than that, than answering a question. We normally answer questions anyways.
No, we don't.
Yeah, we do.
No, we don't. Anyways, all right, let's move on. Since you don't want to give your thoughts on those two, we'll go to this. Athena Labs launches their USDTB, a stablecoin backed by BlackRock's fund, offering one-to-one cash equivalent reserves and seamless cross-chain transfers on ETH, Solana, Base, and Arbitrum. Why am I sharing this? Athena is up. Can we see potentially could this be the catalyst for Ethereum, Rob, to really get going. I don't know. What do you thought? This is a DeFi play. This is an ETH play.
I don't know. I don't know much about Athena.
It's pretty much stablecoin yield.
Yeah.
Think of it that way.
I don't know. Interesting. I don't have much thought on it. I'll be honest with you. I just don't know much about it. So I'll leave that to you, bro.
Okay, but let me ask you this question. The narrative of...
I know anything that BlackRock touches
that's
is
kind
good.
of my point.
And so I would say that, like, I would be interested. We've seen what happened to Ondo. Ondo's absolutely exploded. Obviously, it is something by proxy that is something BlackRock's using, tokenized real-world assets. We know that how big that is. And the go-to project is Ondo. Ondo up. It's I think it's number 2 up on the biggest gainers on the 24 hours, or at least it was this morning. Oh, well.
Number 4 now. It was number 3.
Yeah, so, Ondo's absolutely crushing it. And so, I mean, that's just evidence that anything that BlackRock kind of messes around with does very well. So, I mean, I don't know, worth a look.
And look at the two, Ondo and Athena, Ethereum tokens.
Gotcha. Alex O, $10 or $20 Canadian super chat. He said, answer me this. When McRib?
If we get 4 more, Alex, we'll answer that question.
The bullseye didn't change, though. It still says 0.5 up there.
Oh, because it doesn't count Canadian dollars. Alex, come on, man. What's up with this? Move to U.S., bro. Just kidding. Alex,
it says timer ended before reaching the goal. You messed up the timer, bro.
Oh, my bad. All right, Alex, I guess we'll answer the question. When McRib? Robin, you said you were going to bring in McRibs. What happened?
You told me you didn't want to eat them. I said I'd bring them in.
So now
you
you're
said,
putting it on
please
me?
no. You asked me why I didn't bring them in.
When do you ever listen to me?
I literally said,
listen to me?
I said, do you want me to bring in McRibs or I'm going to bring in McRibs? You said, please, God, no. Don't.
And that's the one time you decided
and now you asked me.
And that's the one time you decided to listen to me. Exactly.
I got nothing to say, bro.
Anyways, Ondo, and we'll get into the markets here. Trump's World Liberty Fight just bought $250,000 worth of Ondo. We know they bought AAVE. We know they bought Chainlink, and we know they bought Ethereum. Throw Ondo in there as well. Again, Ondo video actually dropped earlier this morning. So after the show, go watch. We're putting out a lot of content for you guys. Hope you guys are watching it and supporting the vibe here. Also, Justin Sun, His Excellency, something big is happening with Tron. We know it's not the banana because he ate it. Robin, let's take a look at the markets.
All right. So we got Virtual Protocol up 14.5 cents.
14.5 cents?
Or 14.5% on the 24 hours.
The first part of the word.
This is up. This is 2x in the last week. Talked about it last week. Talked about it the week before. Talked about it the week before that. Talked about it last month. I don't really know what else we got to do to tell you.
I am wearing the color shirt for virtuals, by the way.
We also talked about Ondo. Did I not come out on the show and tell you
did come
that
out, Robin.
Ondo?
You did come out.
Yeah, shut up. Didn't I tell you on the show like 3 weeks ago? I was like, guys, Ondo is about to explode. I'm like, for the love of God, get some Ondo. I had like a service announcement. I told people to clip it. I don't know if y'all clipped it or not, but
you did ask for the camera.
Yeah, I was like, give me the camera. I'm like, Ondo. And then I went on this, typical Big Rob, like extra long explanation on why I'm bullish on it. Why am I bullish on it? I'm not even going to give you the explanation. I'm just going to say, look, we called it. It's here. It's making money. What have we missed on? The only thing I can say is that I expected Ethereum to be higher. I was pretty damn bullish on Ethereum. Then that hasn't really came to be just yet. I do think that Ethereum is going to have its day in the sun here very soon.
Kind of took an L on GALA too.
What do you mean, GALA? Yeah. You know what? I didn't give a short term on GALA, and you know what? GALA has performed pretty well. Where's GALA at? I think it's in the number.
It's back under 5 cents. It's at number 67.
Yeah, but I mean, when you look at the 1 year. Yeah. I mean, it did go up from 2 cents. 2 cents to 5 cents.
Look, why we're saying this? Because you don't hit all of them, but as long as you're hitting more than you're not, that's good.
Yeah. But I still think, like I said before, GALA is in desperate need of a hit game.
Huge game.
And they need a game that has a lot of players on there. And I will say that gaming came late last bull market, right? The metaverse, Axie Infinity with its play to earn gaming, that hit in the later stages of the bull market last go round. And I think that the same probably be said here. Also, I think NFTs are going to come late in the bull market. Why do I say late in the bull market? And it's not just simply from looking at historical data, which, you should look at historical data. But my theory here is that as people make money in Bitcoin and Cardano and Avalanche and in all of the major alts, as all of a sudden you make stupid money, you also make stupid decisions, right?
That's
when
true.
you're up 10x, when you start with a portfolio of $15,000 and then fast forward a year and a half, 2 years later, and you're sitting at $250,000, $450,000, whatever it is, you make dumb decisions, right? You start buying stuff you shouldn't be buying. And that's just how people operate. And that's what happened last bull market. People made stupid money on altcoins and they were like, oh, this is easy. What's the next one, right? I made money on Bitcoin. I made money on Ethereum. I made money on SHIB. I'm so wealthy. Oh, the next thing, it's NFTs. Oh man, it's gonna change the world. Put money in there. Oh, I need real estate in the metaverse. Oh, this DeFi project. Like, people just threw so much money away at dumbass crap. I'm not saying that gaming's dumb.
I feel like
But what I'm saying is that it is higher speculative market in gaming, right? We know that blockchain gaming really is more of a it will come to be kind of thesis, right? Or it's actually coming to be with Avalanche. But I don't know, man. I think it comes late. I think gaming comes late. I think Gala's pump comes late, and I still hold by that. But anyways, you know what? We've been
hopefully
giving
your girlfriend doesn't come late. Like late on the. That was such a bad. Anyway. Big thanks to MOps for a $10 super chat. Said towards the channel. Thank you guys for your show and content. Thank you for your support, MOps. We appreciate you, my friend. Also, if you're new here, say hello so Robin can butcher your name in dramatic fashion. All right, let's take a look at the rest of the markets, Rob. Now, the title of today's show is, look, Bitcoin is pumping. We know the cycle of the markets, right? By the way, if you want a different perspective on the cycle of the markets, that write-up is in the almanac. Got to go buy one. Anyways, where do you think, when Bitcoin starts to consolidate, which altcoins do you think are going to start running? Give me a couple.
Which altcoins?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. I still think Avalanche is probably the most undervalued top 20 project there is right now. There's a lot of my favorites in here. We got Stellar. We got Hedera. You got Cardano. You got Doge. Ethereum. But if you had to ask me, which one do I think is going to produce the biggest returns in the next 90 days? I got to go with Avalanche, man. I think Avalanche, very undervalued. And I think they're about to bring to the table. You know, they have the Avalanche 9000. They have the gaming narrative. Off the grids marketplace should go live here next year, early next year. And I'm just saying, man, this thing is about to explode, man. And you look at the 1 year chart, it's pretty on par it's still even below where its highs was early this year. So in March, we saw a $60 Avalanche. If you look at Cardano, what did Cardano reach in March? And it's a 70 cents. And that's been eclipsed by its current price at $1. You look at XRP. Where was its price back in 60 cents? Now this is 4x away from where it was from those highs. And the list goes on. And these big projects have performed very well. Look at Stellar Lumens on the 1 year. It's very similar. 10 cents back. And this was the high. This was a very high price, 10 cents back in March. And so a lot of these other major projects, these major layer ones, are very, 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 very. They've outperformed the March highs. I mean, look at Dogecoin. Here you got Dogecoin back in March, 20 cents, over 2x. And Avalanche hasn't even reached its March highs. And I could argue with you that Avalanche has more on the table right now as far as development than everyone else, as far as catching retail interest. And I know Cardano's building. There's so much news coming out with XRP. You know, Stellar's done very well with RWAs. But I can't dismiss Avalanche. I'm telling you, this one's going to make some money. This one is going to make you some damn money.
AVAX, what do you got, another one?
If I were to go further down the risk curve, go further down the list. I mean, you got Caspa. You know, I think this thing is pulling back at 15 cents. You know, got a big Caspa community here watching. I mean, look at the 1 year. I mean, back in March, it's a very similar scenario here. Back in March, it was at 14 cents, so right where it was now. And so it's really just traded sideways, you know, this year. So I think there's a potential for a big breakout there. I think a potential exchange listing will do very well for Caspa. And, you know, also, you know, we got our Buy DeFi partner as well. So if you guys are looking to trade and you haven't done so, you want to practice with play money, or if you are already a trader and you want to try a new, a U.S. regulated, no KYC exchange, check out Buy DeFi.
And no VPN.
No VPN, yeah.
Speaking of trades, closed out a couple trades, made some money on this one. Closed out a ADA trade. Did a 3x leverage on this one, 45%. We also closed out our Chainlink trade. That one was a little less on the P&L. That was around 30%. And so this is the platform we use. We don't use any other platform at the moment. And so we love these guys. They're great.
Yeah, support the channel. Go sign up. You don't even have to put any money in. You can just try it out, just for shits and giggles. You know,
I'd recommend putting a little bit in.
Yeah,
put a little bit in, get that bonus, and then play around with it. Play around with the platform.
Yeah,
the mobile app is great.
but even if you're uncomfortable trading, you know, you can always just kind of practice as well. You don't have to load up $1,000 or $10,000 and start trading, and you know, just play around and check it out. Use the link. Help us out. Thank you.
I got three for you. Okay, so the first one I got is Bonk. I think Bonk. Yes. I think, you know, we talk about this all the time, you specifically. When Bitcoin rallies and pulls back, what also rallies?
Where is Bonk on the market cap list?
Bonk's number 57 on the 1 year chart looks like this. Looks like a massive bull flag on the 1 year. You look at the 1 month, it is down.
I'd rather go with Doge than Bonk.
No. Bonk. This is my picks night. So, Bonk is my first one. Do not sleep on Bonk. There's a lot happening behind the curtain for Bonk. Number two.
Let me ask the chat here. I'm curious. You know, I'm love interrupting you. So, which would you prefer at the moment? Which one do you think has more upside? Put a 1 for Bonk. Put a 2 for Doge. I want to know. Where do you guys think is going to give you a bigger return? Bonk or Doge? 1 for Bonk, 2 for Doge. I want everyone to participate. Every single one of you watching, put a 1 or 2 in the chat, please. Thank you. Go ahead, David.
Bonk. Anyways, so Bonk is my first one. My second one is Internet Computer Protocol. This rollout of Caffeine AI is going to be absolutely massive. I really do. I think it's going to be huge. I think they're going to doing a good job of marketing it. It's going to bring a lot of attention to ICP. But I saw a few people in the chat saying Bob, right? The ICP token, Bob is really pumping. And so you start getting these cycles burned. You start making that token deflationary. I think ICP is going to round. The other one is Ronin. This is outside the top 100, number 122. Ronin consistently is leading in almost all metrics for gaming, on-chain metrics for gaming. So we know they had that large bridge hack. Ronin, I think, don't sleep on it. You look at the 1 year chart, it is still down.
On Ronin, but not GALA?
Yeah, I'm more bullish on Ronin than GALA.
Really?
Yeah. Sorry, Jimmy.
What games do they have?
Sorry, Jimmy.
I'm just curious.
They're not games. They're just an infrastructure platform to launch games. Anyways,
what infrastructure's on there?
What do you mean?
I'm just curious. I don't know. I'm just I'm
Avalanche-
just genuinely curious. I
Avalanche
don't know.
doesn't have games. People build games on Avalanche. Same idea.
Hmm.
Anyways, those are my three: Bonk, ICP, and Ronin. I think over the next, I would say, 3 to 6 weeks, I think these three really rally. And so, yeah, those are my three. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about this mass. You know what? Before I talk about that, I'm going to give another shout out. Today's other channel sponsor. Today's other show is brought to you by Cam's Blue Wire Technology. If you've been watching our show, you know they are our number one, actually our only IT partner. And so cybersecurity, IT, networking, they are top of the list, number one in the game. So big shout out to Cam's. They're a sponsor of today's show. They're actually our longest 10-year sponsor. Been sponsors with us for, I think, a little over 2 years. So shout out to them. If you own a business, you want to maximize everything I just talked about, visit bluewiretech.com or click the link in the description of this video. Let's talk about this big piece of news. Now, Rob, do you remember Michael Saylor had a list, said 3 things that will send Bitcoin to $1 million? Do you remember that? I don't want you to remember what those 3 were, but he created a 3.
I don't remember, but go ahead and tell me.
Perfect. One of them was this: new crypto accounting standards, also known as FASB, go into effect today. Okay? Today. I hate this website because I highlight things and it just goes away on its own. Anyways, the accounting standards update announced in December of last year in response to widespread stakeholder feedback will allow firms to report cryptocurrencies at fair value or simply their current value, recognizing them in the company's net income. Companies were required to write down the value of their holdings, while the opposite was not true in the case of an unrealized gain. So they were like, yeah, this is really not worth it. To put simply, companies could only value crypto at the price they bought it, accounting for only the decreases, not the increases. Well, my friends, that is officially changed. It allows firms to report more accurately the economic impact of cryptocurrency holdings on their overall financial position. Furthermore, they are not required to sell their holdings to declare gains. The hodling approach may gain traction, helping boost cryptocurrency prices. This is a big one that is not sexy, but it's important to the infrastructure of you know, to why these people want to buy it and why they want to hold it. And so this is pretty big. Got the ETFs, you got the FASB, you got the new incoming president with his cabinet, super bullish on crypto. So we're heading into a new era, man. 2025 is going to be a big year. Any thoughts on this?
I mean, and so it's all here, all 3 come to be?
Yeah. One of them was the ETF.
Yeah.
FASB was the second one. And the third one.
The accounting standards, right?
No, the accounting standards is FASB.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. The third one I forgot. But it was 3. And this is the last. The trilemma's been solved. Michael Saylor has solved the trilemma. Yeah. But this is pretty big. You have any commentary on this one here?
No, I'm just curious. Do you think $1 million Bitcoin is in play this bull market?
This bull market?
You say 2025? I mean, we can always go back to the probability thing, and anything's possible.
I think a lot would.
But do you think do you think it's probable?
Probable, no. In 2025, no. Probable, no. I think a lot would have to happen. I think you would need 2 to 3 top 10 economies adopting a Bitcoin strategy.
What's your top?
Between 3 to 500K.
3 to 5. You don't think it's over 5?
From a probability standpoint, no.
You think it's less probable to be over 5?
What about you?
I you know what? I'm starting to drink the Kool-Aid, bro. I think the likelihood of us getting over $500,000 is here.
In 2025?
I mean, Jack Mahler said, hey, if we get an executive order day 1, right? I mean, we're talking January. When does he take office?
January 20th.
January 20th? Kick off the year, basically, right? First month of the year. Executive order. You start buying. I mean, we're already seeing, we're at all-time highs, and we haven't even entered the end of the year yet. I think that we end the year 130,000. Yeah, I mean, we're not that far off, right?
But don't you agree that with the holidays, people are going to kind of
I
step
mean,
away?
don't you think people are spending money right now in the holidays? I've been shopping all week. I have. Oop, shit. I have. I've been shopping all week long, man.
Wow.
Bought myself something.
Wow. Is that a G-Shock?
Yeah, G-Shock, yeah.
Love those
I
watches.
got my first Rollie.
Oh,
You know?
nice.
Yeah, Rolex, you know.
Yeah.
You know, no, I didn't get the gold one or the diamond,
man.
but yeah. But anyways,
Let me see it.
You see?
No, like take it off.
No, I don't trust you, bro.
But yeah, I trust to put a $250,000 of my own money into a studio business with you, but I don't trust you to hold my Rolex. Makes a lot of sense. Anyways,
I like to do dumb crap on the show. No, I don't know.
I do dumb crap on the show.
Yeah, a lot of dumb crap. So I don't know, man. I think that by the end of the year, because right now you would think that people are being conservative with their spending, but the opposite is happening right now. I mean, people, I guess, will do last minute Christmas shopping, but I mean, we're at all time highs. The sell orders for the sell wall has been broken at 100K. There's not a lot of buy orders at 100,000, even at 101. You know, people are happy buying $104,000, $105,000 Bitcoin. And I don't know, man. Michael Saylor keeps buying. I mean, at some point, man, this is going to go parabolic. I know it's already moved a lot, but I just telling you, I think $130,000 by the end of the year. I think we ring in the year. I don't think that we trade above 130,000, but I think we get up to 120 by the end of the year. We maybe have 1 or 2 days where we're over 130. We come back down to 121 or something. I think we're at this point in the market where we're about to shock the world when it comes to the price of Bitcoin. I truly believe it. I believe it. My soul. All I want for Christmas is $125,000.
You don't have a soul.
I do have a soul.
Yeah.
I want to know what the chat thinks. You watching? Will we get to $130,000 Bitcoin by the end of the year? Put a 1 in the chat if that happens. Put a 2 in the chat if I'm delusional and I've been drinking too much Kool-Aid or coffee or whatever beverage you want to think. You don't think we get that high? Put a 2 in the chat. Put a 1 in the chat if we get over 130,000 by January 1st. Thank you.
That's all I got, man.
That's all you got? Yeah. Hey, we always shout out our sponsors every show. Can we shout out our own product? I want to say to you, have you bought a crypto almanac? Don't get left out. You know what? First of all, badass insight in there. It's a deep dive. It's a lot of stuff. I'm not even going to list everything that's in there. But don't be on the outside looking in, wishing you would have bought one, because you know what? This is obviously the 2025 edition. We're going to come out with one in 2026, 2027, 2028. And as this magazine grows, I'm assuming the first edition will probably carry a lot of weight, right? And there was a story where the first copy of the Bitcoin magazine, when that first came out, that sold at auction. I think it was over $1 million. They got ordinals too. I mean, look at this thing. Would you buy? I'm just curious. Would you buy one of these? Look, 10 Bitcoin over $1 million for a cover ordinal of issue 1. Issue 3 here is already sold. This one, 10 Bitcoin for this cover here. There's also other ones that sold. This one. These all sold for $1 million a piece, man. For these ordinals, basically an NFT of the cover. You know, when you get the almanac, you do get NFT copy, which is minted on the Cardano blockchain, along with your physical copy. So, hey, might be something that's worth something long term. We only got about 500 copies of the almanac, so I'll be one of the select few that have one. And don't be on the outside looking in.
The link is in the
link in the description. Buy one. Thank you. Support the boys. I know somebody's in profit.
The boys are back in town. Speaking of the boys, Chase, what's up, dog? What's that guy's name on the shirt?
Krusty the Clown.
Krusty the Clown. Rob, you're crusty and you're a clown. Chase.
Woo! My man, you were so funny.
Chase, spin us out of here, man. Guys, we did an auto video this morning. If you haven't watched it, go watch it. We got an AVAX video coming. It's not out yet, but go watch it. And then we also have a Stellar Lumens video coming out later. Also not out yet, but make sure you go watch it. Love you guys. We'll see you here tomorrow. Until next time. Peace.
Gonna show you how to get that big dough. So every day stay tapped in. For big facts, no capping. With Bitcoin, if you're in, then you win. We divide the pie with no fraction. It's Big Rob, David. I spit the game, but they gave it. Name the coin, it's your favorite. I got dry powder, why save it? To the OGs, new beginners. Special shout out to the well members. Buy the dip, sell winners. Ain't really nothing you can tell sinners. Tune in for the latest new flavors. They gonna teach us mean coins. They polarizing like barbecue chicken pizzas. I laugh with a major grin. Laggers, we trade them in. Baddies, they came to sin. And sinners gon' play to win. Screaming, hola, till my bags are flowing over. Hold ya to the moon and to the solar. Won't I? Don't be letting FOMO control ya. It's over when the finger tornado close ya.